Senator Heilman.
President, I'll be voting no because I think we need to re-examine the entire way that the Tobacco Master Fund settlement agreement has been operating. The money is supposed to be used toward anti-smoking efforts. When was the last time you saw an anti-smoking ad? The money's actually going to localities. In fact, $700,000 went for a public golf course sprinkler in Niagara County, New York. The Tobacco Master Settlement money is not going to the right source. It's supposed to be an effort to remove liability from the tobacco companies, to prevent young people and others from picking up the dangers of smoking, but it hasn't fulfilled its promise. We need to rethink the whole process, and I'll be voting in the negative.
Seeing and hearing no other senator that wishes to be heard, debate is closed, and the secretary will ring the bell.
Last section.
Section 4 of the statute take effect on the 30th day.
Secretary will call the roll.
Adabo, Flanagan, Klein, Stewart, Cousins, Young.
Senator DeFrancisco to explain his vote.
As you're voting, I just want to explain my vote by answering some of the points that were made.
Can I have some order in the House, please? Senator DeFrancisco.
As the vote's being taken, I just wanted to explain my vote by answering a couple of points. The fact that no cases have been brought so far, that's the whole point. You don't want to wait till after the fact to have to call a special session of the legislature that might interfere with the closing of the legislature or whatever other things we otherwise would be doing. So that's why we're trying to do it in advance. It's not protection to the tobacco industry. It's protection of the people, the counties that are receiving the dollars. And thirdly, if there's not enough advertisement or publicity about stopping smoking, that has nothing to do with this bill. That has to do with the enforcement or the terms of the master settlement agreement. And just before you make your final vote, to give you an opportunity to vote yes, you will be voting against the AFL-CIO and all the people of that organization. Did we get a film of those reactions from the Democrats as far as the AFL-CIO? The CSEA, how about a ooh for that? No? No. The police conference in New York. AFSCME. I never say it because it comes out the wrong way. New York State Professional Firefighters. You're against firefighters. You're against Uniformed Fire Officers Association and all the counties who receive this money. So if you can vote no and you can have a clean conscience, then so be it. I vote aye.
Senator DeFrancisco to be recorded in the affirmative. We're starting to sound a little bit like Parliament here. Senator Kruger.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise to point out I am voting no because while I respect all the organizations who wrote memos saying they're worried that if there were big settlements for plaintiffs in tobacco cases, perhaps we wouldn't get paid. Again, we've been getting paid since 1999, and the current annual income of the 5 largest tobacco companies is $320 billion annually. They're not going belly up. I wish they were, because that would mean people weren't smoking and buying their products, but unfortunately, they're doing just fine. 5 biggest companies, $320 billion per year. They're not the ones who need a break. I vote no.
Senator Kruger to be recorded in the negative. Senator Hannan to explain his vote.
Just to bring out some facts about the numbers that Senator Kruger made mention. The amount of money that flows through these settlements is fixed, and it's fixed by the total number of companies, and it's fixed according to a formula. So no matter what their profits are, it's a matter of what's going on under those settlements. So that's the reason for this bill, not for what they're doing in their general revenues. Thank you.
Senator Hannan to be recorded in the affirmative. Announce the results.
In relation to calendar 1979, those recorded in the negative are Senators Adabo, Breslin, Comrie, DeLon, Espaillat, Gianaris, Hamilton, Hassel-Thompson, Hoylman, Kaminsky, Kennedy, Kruger, Latimer, Montgomery, Panepinto, Peralta, Perkins, Persaud, Rivera, Sanders, Serrano, Squadron, Stavisky, and Stewart Cousins. Also, Senator Carlucci. Absent from voting, Senators Felder, O'Mara, and Parker. Ayes 34, nays 25.
Bill is passed.
Wait, you want me to do O'Mara?
Yeah, O'Mara.
Okay, wait.
At a stalemate,
Minute, Senator DeFrancisco.
Senator O'Mara in the affirmative. Ayes 35, nays 25.
The bill is passed.
I'm sorry, I thought it was already done. We now don't have anything else on the calendar, and we're going to have to stand at ease. And as soon as I have more information, I will announce it and contact each of the floor leaders.
Peace. Senator DeFrancisco.
As promised, I'm giving you an update. The update is that there'll be a meeting of the Republican conference, the majority conference, in room 332 at 6:15. And until then, we'll stand at ease, and I will notify the leaders, the other floor leaders, what's up as soon as I know about it.
There will be a meeting of the Republican Conference in room 332 at 6:15. The Senate will stand at ease.
Is there, Mr. President, is there a report of the Finance Committee at?
No. Motion.
There is.
Oh, excuse me, I keep forgetting this motion. Can we go back to motions and resolutions?
We will return to motions and resolutions.
I'd like to call up Senate Print 8026 by Senator Little, recall from the Assembly, which is now at the desk.
Secretary Reed.
Calendar number 1668 by Senator Little, Senate Print 8026. Concurrent resolution of Senate and Assembly.
I now move to reconsider the vote by which the bill was passed.
Call the roll on the reconsideration.
Adabo, Flanagan, Klein, Stewart, Cousins, Young. Ayes 62.
I now offer the following
The
amendments.
amendments are received.
Now, is there a Finance Committee report at the desk?
There is a Finance Committee report at the desk, and the Secretary will read.
Senator Young from the Committee on Finance reports the following nominations. As member of the Workers' Compensation Board, Margaret A. Barbaras of Glenville.
Senator Young.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm very pleased to rise to put forward the name of Margaret A. Barbaras as a member of the Workers' Compensation Board. Ms. Barbaras is a nurse by profession. She is an accomplished corporate administrator with 20 years of experience in workers' compensation, health and safety standards, and procedures for leading North American and international organization. She's a respected builder and leader of multifaceted, goal-oriented teams, and she has excellent qualifications in managing large-scale projects from concept through planning, design, development, training, tracking, and task management. She's a dedicated professional, self-motivated, outgoing, and a flexible team member with diverse interpersonal and organizational skills, using developmental excellence as a standard. And she actually was educated at Empire State College, graduating with a master's certificate in healthcare administration. Before that, she earned a BS degree and a business management and economics degree at Empire State College, and also graduated from the Schenectady Community College Ellis School of Nursing. So she certainly is well qualified for this position, and therefore we believe that she should be nominated for this position and confirmed.
Thank you, Senator Young. The question is on the appointment and nomination of Margaret A. Barbaras as a member of the Workers' Compensation Board. All in favor say aye. Opposed? Margaret A. Barbaras has been confirmed as a member of the Workers' Compensation Board. Congratulations and good luck. Secretary will read.
As member of the Workers' Compensation Board, Stephen A. Crane of Saratoga Springs.
Senator Young.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. We have another very well qualified, highly dedicated individual for the Workers' Compensation Board, and that's Stephen A. Crane. Mr. Crane is a person who has worked for the Civil Service Employees Association for many years, serving in several capacities. He's been senior associate counsel, deputy counsel, and then general counsel, where he jointly managed the legal department of the statewide labor union, supervising several staff and overseeing statewide litigation and representation. He also has a great experience in education. His degree was actually earned, let's see, it's here somewhere. Well, actually, he does have teaching experience, which I did want to mention. His education is Juris Doctor at the New York Law School and a Bachelor of Arts at the State University of New York at Cortland. And also, he has teaching experience at Cornell University Industrial Labor Relations School and the Marist College Special Academic Programs in Poughkeepsie. So as you can note from his background, very professional, very well qualified, and we are very proud to put his name forward also for the Workers' Compensation Board.
The question is on the nomination of Stephen A. Crane as a member of the Workers' Compensation Board. All in favor say aye. Opposed? Stephen A. Crane has been confirmed as a member of the Workers' Compensation Board. Congratulations and good luck. Senator Young, the Secretary will read.
As member and chair of the Public Employment Relations Board, John F. Wyrenius of Albany.
Senator Young.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is an extraordinarily important position, and Mr. Wyrenius is also highly qualified. His education is that he's a graduate of the Columbia University School of Law. He also earned his bachelor's degree at Fordham College in the Bronx, and his background also is extensive. He has worked most recently for the New York State Public Employment Relations Board from July 2014 to present, so he's been in training since that time. He has served as deputy chair and general counsel and served as a chief legal advisor to the board. He also has worked in the New York City Office of Collective Bargaining and also for the New York State United Teachers as associate counsel. So he was very impressive when he came before the Finance Committee. And for all of those reasons, Mr. President, we are nominating him to be chair of PERB. Thank you.
The question is on the nomination as chair and member of the Public Employment Relations Board of John F. Wyrenius. All in favor say aye. Opposed? John F. Wyrenius is hereby... Senator DeFrancisco?
Very briefly, I want to apologize to the Senate for the length of time you've been cooling your heels. But I want to tell you there's something positive that you got to make you feel better. We're not going home yet, okay? We're going to still be here for a long time more, but congratulations to all of you.
So the John F. Wyrenius is hereby confirmed as chair and member of the Public Employment Relations Board. Congratulations and best of luck. Secretary will read.
As member of the Republic Airport Commission, Vincent A. Bologna, Jr. of West Babylon, Joan Flamenbaum of Farmingdale. As members of the Adirondack Park Agency, Sherman Craig of Wanakina, Daniel Wilt of Lake Pleasant, Chad P. Dawson of Lafayette, John L. Ernst of New York, Barbara Rice of Saranac Lake. Directors of the New York Convention Center Operating Corporation, George Sunis of Matiniac, Lee H. Perlman of Larchmont, Sarah Berman of New York. As Director of the State of New York Mortgage Agency and Director of the Municipal Bond Bank Agency, Joyce L. Miller of New York. Members of the New York State Thruway Authority, Stephen Salan of Poughkeepsie and Robert Megna of Albany. As members of the Capital District Transportation Authority, Eugene Daniel Napersky of Saratoga Springs, Mark Schaefer of Albany. As members of the Ogdensburg Bridge and Port Authority, James T. Farrell of Canton, Vernon D. Burns of Ogdensburg, Lynn M. Fountain of Messina, Megan J. M. Witten of Gouverneur. As member and vice chair of the Workers' Compensation Board, Frida D. Foster of New York. As members of the Workers' Compensation Board, Mark R. Stasko of Cicero, Frederick M. Osili of Dix Hills, Mark Daniel Higgins of West Seneca, Ursula Levelette of Newburgh, Lauren Loben of Buffalo, Clarissa M. Rodriguez of Queens.
Young.
Thank you, Mr. President. We are most grateful that these citizens are willing to step up and give their time and their talents to the New York State people. And so, for that reason, I move the nomination of all of the candidates.
The question is on a nation. The question is on a nomination of all those who have been listed for the positions identified. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Those that have been read, the names and the positions listed have hereby been confirmed. Senator DeFrancisco.
Yes, we're now going to go into various conferences to review bills, and once the conferences are done, we will start the final countdown. So, would you please recognize Senator Valesky?
Senator Valesky.
Thank you, Mr. President. There's an immediate meeting of the Independent Democratic Conference, room 432 of the Capitol.
There's an immediate meeting of the Democratic Independent Conference in room 432 in the Capitol.
Now would you recognize Senator Gianaris, please?
Senator Gianaris.
Thank you, Mr. President. There will be a meeting of the Democratic Conference at 9:30 in the Democratic Conference room.
There'll be a meeting of the Democratic Conference at 9:30 in the Democratic Conference room.
Can we please stay at ease?
The Senate will stand at ease.
Rules Committee meeting for 11:55 p.m.
There will
15
be
minutes from now.
There'll be a rules meeting at 11:55 in room 332. If the members could get there promptly, that'll save us a little bit of time.
In fact, no one will be penalized if they get there early.
Okay. All right.
If we could now stand at ease.
Senate stands at ease.
The Senate will come to order.
Mr. President,
Francisco.
first I would like to move, according to the Senate rules, that we continue the session beyond midnight.
Without objection, it is so ordered.
Thank you, Mr. President. Do you have a Rules Committee report at the desk?
There is a committee report at the desk.
Would you please read the report?
Secretary will read.
Senator Flanagan from the Committee on Rules reports the following bills. Senate Print 3355 by Senator Little, enact amend the tax law. Senate 4386A by Senator Ranzenhofer, enact amend the public authorities law. Senate 4542C by Senator Klein, enact amend the administrative code of the City of New York. Senate 5639A by Senator DeFrancisco, enact amend the insurance law. Senate 6346B by Senator Carlucci, enact amend the public health law. Senate 6764 by Senator Golan, enact amend the retirement social security law. Senate 6872 by Senator Stuart Cousin, enact amend the tax law. Senate 6937A by Senator Golan, enact amend the tax law. Senate 6965 by Senator Farley, enact amend the tax law. Senate 7093 by Senator Farley, enact amend the tax law. Senate 7134 by Senator Latimer, enact amend the tax law. Senate 7135 by Senator Latimer, enact amend the tax law. Senate 7152 by Senator Latimer, enact amend the tax law. Senate 7153 by Senator Latimer, enact amend the tax law. Senate 7154 by Senator Latimer, enact amend the tax law. Senate 7172 by Senator Breslin, enact amend Chapter 405 of the laws of 2005. Senate 7324 by Senator Squadron, enact amend the civil service law. Senate 7413A by Senator Little, enact amend the private housing finance law. Senate 7491A by Senator Laval, enact in relation to granting. Senate 7499 by Senator Larkin, an act to amend the tax law. Senate 7553A by Senator Valesky, an act to amend the environmental conservation law. Senate 7728 by Senator Boyle, an act to amend the alcoholic beverage control law. Senate 7790A by Senator Marchone, an act to amend the tax law. Senate 7898A by Senator Griffo, an act to amend Chapter 367 of laws of 2013. Senate 8006 by Senator Ort, an act to amend the general business law. Senate 8049 by the Senate Committee on Rules, an act to amend the education law. Senate 8127 by Senator DeFrancisco, an act relating to. Senate 8153 by Senator Bonasek, an act to amend the racing pari-mutuel wagering and breeding law. Senate 8158 by Senator O'Meara, an act to amend the public health law. Senate 8159 by Senator Flanagan, an act to amend the tax law. And Senate 8161 by the Senate Committee on Rules, an act to amend the tax law. All bills reported direct to third reading.
Accept the rules report.
All in favor of accepting the Committee on Rules report, say aye. Opposed? The Committee on Rules report is accepted and before the House. Senator DeFrancisco, we have messages with your
It's
permission.
wonderful. Please take up the messages from the Assembly.
Okay, Secretary will read.
Senator Ranzanoff moved to discharge from the Committee on Finance Assembly Bill number 5991A and substitute the identical Senate Bill 4386A, third reading calendar 1984. Senator DeFrancisco moved to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 7738A and substitute the identical Senate Bill 5639A, third reading calendar 1986. Senator Carlucci moved to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 9078B and substitute the identical Senate Bill 6346B, third reading calendar 1987. Senator Golden moved to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 9199 and substitute the identical Senate Bill 6764, third reading calendar 1988. Senator Stuart Cousins moved to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 209A and substitute the identical Senate Bill 6872, third reading calendar 1989. Senator Latimer moved to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 9691 and substitute the identical Senate Bill 7134, third reading calendar 1993. Senator Latimer moved to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 9692 and substitute the identical Senate Bill 7135, third reading calendar 1994. Senator Latimer moved to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 9694 and substitute the identical Senate Bill 7152, third reading calendar 1995. Senator Latimer moved to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 9690 and substitute the identical Senate Bill 7153, third reading calendar 1996. Senator Latimer moved to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 9693 and substituted for the identical Senate Bill 7154, third reading calendar number 1997. Senator Breslin moved to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 9713 and substitute the identical Senate Bill 7172, third reading calendar 1998. Senator Squadron moved to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 9870 and substitute the identical Senate Bill 7324, third reading calendar 1999. Senator Little moved to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 10668 and substitute the identical Senate Bill 7413, third reading calendar 2000. Senator Laval moved to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 10014A and substituted for the identical Senate Bill 7491A, third reading calendar 2001. Senator Larkin moved to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 9776 and substituted the identical Senate Bill 7499, third reading calendar 2002. Senator Boyle moved to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 10248 and substitute the identical Senate Bill 7728, third reading calendar 2004. Senator Marchone moved to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 10302 and substitute the identical Senate Bill 7798, third reading calendar 2005. Senator Griffo moved to discharge from the Committee on Rules Assembly Bill number 10362A and substitute the identical Senate Bill 7898A, third reading calendar 2006. Senator Flanagan moved to discharge from Committee on Rules, Assembly Bill number 10,033, and substitute the identical Senate Bill 8161, third reading calendar 2012. And Senator Bonasek moved to discharge from Committee on Rules, Assembly Bill number 10736, and substitute the identical Senate Bill 8153, third reading calendar 2014.
The substitutions are received and so ordered. We're going to return to reports of committee. Senator DeFrancisco, we have two more bills that need to be read into the record. Rules. Secretary will read.
Senator
Wait.
Flanagan.
Excuse me, what are you doing now? I couldn't hear you.
Senator DeFrancisco, there were two bills that were omitted originally.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Secretary will read.
Senator Flanagan from the Committee on Rules reports the following bills. Senate Print 8006 by Senator Ort, an act to amend the general business law. In Senate 8153 by Senator Bonasek, an act to amend the racing parimutuel waging and breeding law. All bills reported direct to third reading.
And the committee report has already been approved and is before the House.
Mr. President,
Senator DeFrancisco.
it's my understanding that there's a supplemental active list at the desk. And the first bill is calendar 49, just to make sure we're all on the same page.
It's a one-sheet page supplemental active list. It's on everyone's desk, and calendar number 49 would begin that.
Okay. Can we now do the non-controversial reading of that list?
So calendar number 49 from the Senate supplemental active list, and the Secretary will read.
On page 4, Senator Klein moved to discharge the Committee on Rules, Assembly Bill number 6857A, and substitute the identical Senate Bill 4085B, third reading calendar 49.